We have reached the end of 2025. Not the last canvas, not the last project, just the moment where I show my work and the numbers get disrespectful. If you're new here, welcome to Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting, and if you've been here all year, you already know these numbers are rude. December didn't slow down, and neither did I. 3 canvases crossed the finish line anyway, because apparently I enjoy consequences. Today is a December wrap-up and a full year audit. Finishes, stats, square footage, dollary dues, proof that this was never just a cute little hobby. So settle in, we're doing a show and tell. And the receipts? Oh, the receipts are loud. December was busy. Holidays, events, premieres, pink and black prep chaos, and life doing what life does. And somehow, in the middle of all that, I still completed 3 canvases. This, my friends, is the most recent completion from December. It's the 3rd one I did. We're kind of going to start with number 3 and work our way backwards. This one I'm calling It's at the Door. I had this labeled as holiday number 18 in the stash. So the 18th holiday canvas I had sitting around my stash. And this was recycled number 5. This is from Temu Budget Company. It's a 50 by 50 centimeter round drill canvas with 17 colors. And I started it on December 5th and finished it on December 23rd. Let's talk about the glue. The glue on this canvas was super, super weak. Even release papers didn't want to stick to it. And there were moments where I questioned my entire setup and life choices. That being said, though, this was a very quick completion. Lots of bold colors and actually a surprising amount of line and color blocking. Once you got into a rhythm, it moved fast. And despite the glue issues, I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. I think it looks phenomenal. It looks good. Genuinely good. And this is a seal it immediately situation because of the loose glue and drills. But visually, it absolutely delivered. I really, really like this canvas and was actually pretty surprised that it turned out as well as it did. This was, a vision from a peephole. Like you're looking out your peephole, who the heck is at my door? And there's Pennywise. It gives you that rounded peephole vision and kind of, is that concave the right word? Kind of curves everything the way a peephole vision would. I think I was nervous about all if the detail of his face would show up very well or the Christmas decorations. And I think it does. I think it delivered really, really well. So here's the whole thing. I'll shove it around a little bit so you can kind of see top to bottom, side to side. I'm super impressed. For a budget company and the size that it is, I am super impressed with how this finished. And actually, I'm looking here and a drill. Did a drill come off? Yeah, we have a jumper right here. Yep, looking to see if there are any other ones. It looks like some got shifted in the light area right here. I sealed this, and even so, it just didn't want to take. We're gonna reseal it because this one is too good not to have hanging around. But my good gosh. The glue was so weak on this one. I was afraid to move it, touch it, any of that stuff. And yes, I do have canvas glue. I couldn't be bothered. I'll just tell you, I was too lazy to just, apply glue and wait a few minutes. I know, terrible, right? But it is what it is. I like to show you guys things, how it comes out of the package and work it up, how it does, and avoid helping it if I can, because that doesn't give you an accurate representation of the experience if I'm covering up for it. Does that make sense? Fixing the little mistakes so you guys don't have to deal with it in the rendering turns out perfect and all that stuff. I mean, I'd rather you guys see mistakes. I'm gonna go doctor this and fix its missing drill and reseal it so we can move on to the next finish. But despite the glue issues and this one little missing drill in the light, I would love to know what you guys think of this finish. Are you as impressed as I am with how well it ended up turning out and the detail? Yeah, I'd love to know. Let's see what else got completed in December. The second finish or middle finish of the month was this one I'm calling a Grinch in a Cup. Sorry, I was thinking for some reason a Grinch in a Cup makes me think about something in a box this time of year. You know what I'm saying? So a Grinch in a Cup. This was holiday number 17. I obtained this from dpover.com. This is my first experience with this company. I did the unboxing with you guys of this and another one. Yeah, it's the one with the folded canvas in the box. This was not the folded one. The other one is. We have not worked on it yet. But this is the first canvas that I have purchased and done from DP Over. I wanted to see how they were, what was up with it. It's a 45 by 60 centimeter round drill canvas with 47 colors, including some ABs. And I started it on December 4th, finished it on December 14th. I'm conflicted about this one. I knew going in that it was intentionally blurry, like in the background and some of the foreground here. I understood the design choice. And yet the entire time I worked on it, I was convinced that it was going to be a total disaster because like everything was so blurry through all around here. Really the focal point is the Grinch and his cup and the larger candy cane here. It does look all right. It's not entirely my favorite, but I don't hate it. My biggest critique is that the candy cane design on the cup here, it's kind of hard to see. It's kind of hard to discern what it is unless you already know what it's supposed to be. Material wise though, this kit was pretty solid. It had really good stick, it had nice canvas material, a nice thicker cover sheet. The symbols were easy to read for the most part, and there were minimal trash drills. Overall, I'd say the quality was pretty middle of the road in a good way. One very strange note, this kit had mixed drills. The regular drills that weren't coated or special in any way were acrylic, but the special drills, those were resin. And this is a first for me. I have never worked on a kit that had both resin and acrylic drills in it, at least not to my knowledge. It was kind of interesting to me that it was kind of a mixed kit. And I did double check the site to make sure that I wasn't, I don't know, in some kind of holiday delirium. And no, they say the regular drills are acrylic and the specials are resin. So have you guys ever done a kit with both kinds, resin and acrylic in one kit on purpose? They send it to you that way. Found that very interesting in any event. So would I order from them again? Possibly. The folded canvas from the unboxing scares me, but based just on this, I would probably, I would give them another try, a second attempt at a different canvas, maybe one that didn't have such intentionally blurry foreground and background, just to make sure that it's good, because it really messed me up having all the blur. I'm just like, oh no, it's not going to turn out. It looks terrible. But I had to keep reminding myself the blur is intentional, not a product of the rendering. Would I call this a top tier favorite? No, I wouldn't, but it didn't traumatize me. So there's that. I mean, well, I say that and then I think about it for a second, and perhaps there's a little trauma in that the ABs are kind of, well, they're intentional, which is good. I don't like it when they're sneezed and just kind of thrown anywhere and everywhere. They are like kind of intentionally placed, concentrated, if you will, in certain areas, but I'm just not sure they were all in the right ones. Like down here in the cup, the light's coming from above, and this is like shadowy here. I'm not sure the front of the cup should be AB'd over here where the darkest shadows are. You see the shadow of the candy cane? Well, the cup is looking like light is hitting it, but the candy cane's not. The darker side of the handle, you would think it'd be up at the top here. There are some ABs at the top, but I think there was some, just to get ABs on the canvas, there were some questionable AB placement choices. But we do have some up here through his little hair tuft here, and in the ornaments off to the side. We have some ABs in the bottom corner. I mean, it was concentrated, in certain areas, but I'm not sure they picked the right areas at all points. So hit and miss on that one. Like I said, middle of the road for me. Not the greatest, but not the worst by any means. And I would definitely give another canvas a shot, and it would definitely be one that didn't have a blurry background or foreground, so that I could not panic the entire time I'm doing it thinking that everything is going to be blurry. Let me know what you guys think of this finish. Do you like it? I mean, at a viewing distance and through the viewfinder, I think it does look very good. You can tell it's intentional blurring background. You can make out all the elements and stuff. So, broken candy cane down here and whatnot. But, yeah, I'd be interested in knowing what you guys think. If you've tried DP over before and what your experience was like and what you think of this canvas finish in particular. And without further ado, I believe the third, which is actually the first and final finish for December, is up next. The third canvas I have to show you, I'm calling Hungry Ass, because a donkey is otherwise known as an ass. And so, and he's hungry. He's eating a carrot. So this is Hungry Ass. I have this as holiday number 16 in my stash, 13 recycled number overall in my stash. This is also a Temu canvas, 50 by 50 centimeter round drill with 15 colors and no specials. I did start it on November 20th and finished it on December 4th. I love this canvas. Sundown loves this canvas. The snarky dark humor is completely my vibe. This finish was a quick, easy, low stress finish thanks to the minimal color count and the large area of line blocking. There was so much color and line blocking in here. It was really quite nice. It did get a little confetti through the hair here, and but it was deceptively line and color blocky. You can see the line and line blocky the divisions in colors there, but all in all, very quick, easy, simple, kind of brain dead finish, if you know what I mean. The ones that you don't really have to pay attention to because it kind of does itself. Yeah, there's a lack of acute detail. Like in the image that I saw, you could see more detail in his hat. You can make out that these are trees in his hat, and on his scarf there was some designs and stuff like that in the original image, but it didn't render out here. But because of its size and simplicity, we're just not going to get that. But overall, the image works. It reads clearly, the humor lands, and it was just plain old fun to work on, to be honest. And to just get that little delight and amusement of the dark humor and watching it come to life as I diamond painted it. Sometimes a canvas really doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to hit that right nerve. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, that was my experience with this one. The glue was a little bit weak on here too. And I was concerned about like these lines. There were some lines in here that seemed out of place. But if you take a step back and you look, I think it's like dripping icicles. I think this is a tear coming down because he's frightened and maybe a little bit crying because it's about to hurt. His nose is about to get chomped. And I don't see malice in his eyes. I just see dumb donkey. I don't know. I just dark humor. I love it. It's, you know, one of those things that this isn't necessarily what you think of when you think of dark and creepy diamond painting, but dark isn't always, you know, dark colors, scary images. It can be dark humor like this. And I love when I get to do something that's a little bit lighter in tone, but still has that kind of dark humor vibe. You know, something a little twisted, something a little snarky. Totally right up my alley. What did you guys think of this finish? Do you like this one? I do. And for a budget canvas, you know, look at all the hair detail and stuff. It did turn out really, really good, in my opinion. But I'd love to hear yours. And with that, that's December. That's December wrapped up. So in December, I completed 3 canvases, and each one had a different purpose. One tested my patience, one tested my confidence, and one let me relax and enjoy the process. And that balance is something I've learned to appreciate more and more this past month. Now it's time for 2025 year in review. Let's talk numbers and shame. Oh, not shame. I don't think shame is the right word. Can't think of the right word right now, but you know, my guilty little pleasure. My dirty little secret, my guilty little dirty secret. Wait, that's a whole different video. Let's talk about 2025, wrap it up in a bow. Let's look at the big picture. Roll the as complete of a whip parade as I can give you and some statistics. Let's take a look at 2025. This year, I completed 36 full-sized canvases, 5 30 by 40s, 2 40 by 40s, 4 40 by 50s, 1 40 by 60, 2 40 by 70s, 1 40 by 85, 2 45 by 60s, 1 45 by 135, 6 50 by 50s, 2 50 by 60s, 2 50 by 65s, 1 55 by 43, 1 55 by 75, 1 56 by 79, 1 60 by 60, 3 60 by 70s, and 1 60 by 85. That wasn't staying in the comfort zone, my friends. This was committing to square footage. Can anyone take a wild guess at how many diamond drills I placed? How many individual drills did I hand place this year? If you're feeling spicy, pause the video and leave it in the comments down below. The answer is approximately 1,438,600 drills. That's just on the full-sized canvases. That's not counting off-canvas projects that I've been doing all year as well. Crazy! Wish that was dollars. That's tracked, logged, counted 1,438,600 tiny plastic decisions made one at a time. Now, do any of you want to even guess how many square feet of diamond paintings I completed this year? All those diamond paintings, 36 of them? How many square feet do you think that added up to? Again, if you're spicy, pause it and leave me a comment down below. If you guessed anywhere in the neighborhood of 107.4 square feet, you would be right. That's huge, you guys. That's enough to plaster a 10 by 10 room full of diamond paintings from floor to ceiling. Imagine diamond painting the walls of a 10-foot by 10-foot square room, one drill at a time. That's basically what we did on this channel this past year. That is insanity. Here's the question everybody probably wants to know. How many dollars did I spend on canvases alone this year? On these 36 canvases, about what did I spend? I spent approximately $1,126 plus shipping on this year's full-sized canvases. Yes, my friends, it's a little spendy. Here is what 2025 taught me. I love horror, I love dark fantasy, and I love snark. I highly enjoy detailed statement pieces, but I also deeply value low color, brain off canvases. I've learned the difference between a canvas that is challenging and one that is just punishing. And I trust my instincts more now. I'm less afraid to say, this isn't for me, or this is exactly my brand of nonsense. So in closing, I didn't just finish canvases in 2025. I finished chapters. Some were messy, some were satisfying, and some were just plain pure chaos. But all of them taught me something about my preferences, my patience, and my process. So thank you for being here and for watching and crafting alongside me and making this space what it is. Let me know in the comments your favorite finish from December or your favorite canvas from 2025. And with that, here's to stronger glue, fewer trash drills, and a new chaos in 2026. Stay naughty!